If you had a real quick glimpse, you might think to yourself, wow, those two bags look pretty much the same. I mean, they're close in looks, but that's about where it all ends. Looks aside, these bags are quite different. On the left, we have the Maxpedition Sitka, and on the right, the Vanquest Javelin 2.0. Now, first things first. These are both sling bags. The Sitka I got as a left-hand carry, and the Javelin I got as a right-hand carry. Now, the way that you know that is basically by the zipper configuration on the front of the bags. So, for example, on the Sitka, which I said is a left-hand carry, you'll notice this zipper on the right-hand side and this strap that goes to the right-hand side. Well, if it was a left-hand carry, it would be reversed. And same with the Javelin. You'll notice this patch is on the right-hand side, and the buckle and zipper face to the left. Now, this is a right-hand carry bag, and if it was the left-hand carry bag, these features would be reversed. Very similar to what you see on the Sitka. And there's a reason why I got the Javelin as a right-hand carry. I mean, I'm right-handed, but, you know, I just found that I wanted to try something different. I had felt the left-hand carry for a long time, and I didn't know what it would be like for me to carry it on the opposite shoulder, so I just said, what the heck, I'm going to go for it. And so these are opposite from each other, but it gave me an opportunity to see which I like better. Getting straight into the features, both of these bags exhibit 1000 denier nylon. Now, the Vanquest I know is Cordura. I don't believe the Maxpedition is Cordura. I think it might be their own, maybe their own fabric. I'm not completely sure on that, but I believe that these do differ slightly. But they're both extremely durable. I mean, Maxpedition quality is excellent. Vanquest also. So either way you go, you're not going to go wrong. It's just a matter of preference and some of the other features that I'm going to go through. Both of these bags feature excellent snaps, excellent zippers, nice amount of molly, plenty of hook and loop, straps, and bungees where you need them. It's really in the pockets and pouches where these bags start to differentiate from one another. On the Vanquest, the very first thing you notice when you open it up is its bright orange. Nice high-vis material that allows you to see the contents of your bag pretty easily. Compare that against the Sitka, and not so much. I mean, it's not a huge deal, not a big detail, but if you look at the difference between the inside of this pouch and the inside of that, it's quite clear to see that there's a lot of thought and detail that went into the Vanquest for the ability to see the contents in the bag a little bit easier than you would necessarily on the Maxpedition. Size-wise, these pockets are just about the same. I can pretty much fit a nice full hand in that one and a nice full hand in there. So you're getting about the same size of the front pocket. Now this next pocket on the Maxpedition, you basically have a big open pocket with 2 sleeves and a keeper. Now it's not too bad. You'll notice that, you know, the pockets are oriented so that whatever material you have in there can be extracted either in the vertical position or in the horizontal position. It's kind of nice how they did that. This is, you know, more set up maybe to take the items out while the bag is slung across the front of your body, and so that you can take items out vertically towards you that way. Now, on the Vanquest Javelin, again, more of that high-vis material. And this pocket is more of an admin style pocket. So we have a very similar sleeve as to on the Sitka, but that's pretty much where it stops. Here we have a lot more refined, subdivided pockets capable of holding smaller gear, and a nice pocket here with the high-vis material, and then also an additional sleeve back here to hold more items. So on top of that, you get your keeper. These top pouches look extremely similar. Both have shock cord to attach, you know, hats, gloves, jackets, anything you really want to. I actually hold a small tripod in this, so they are very similar. You also have a sleeve across the front of both of the bags to allow you to slide items through. Opening up the pocket on the Sitka, you end up with basically no organization whatsoever on the outer flap, but you do have some elasticized straps and a pocket that allows you to slip items in behind. And on the Javelin, a little more organization, but very similar. You do end up with a pocket on the outer flap, and in the same sort of way, the elasticized bands and a pocket to slip gear in. High-vis material, whereas this one does not, but extremely similar in design, just a little bit more features and functionality out of the Javelin. You'll notice that the Sitka has a water bottle or canteen pocket, whereas the Javelin does not, and that's the same for both sides of the bag. Neither side has one, and the opposite side of the Sitka is a nice amount of MOLLE. The zipper pulls differ on the bags. The Sitka has a paracord in a knotted sort of loop. I guess technically the Vanquest does too, but these are more circular, and these are also made out of paracord. So either way, it doesn't really sway me one way or another. I've had good experience with the Maxpedition stuff, never had any problem with these, and I've enjoyed it just fine. I can open my bags, no problem. I know some people prefer these, but it doesn't really matter to me. I just like that they're easily accessible in both cases. Now the two main compartments are extremely different. Basically nothing about them are the same at all. The Sitka opens up to some mesh pockets with a nice zipper that goes across the top, a buckle that helps keep everything sort of tied down. This pocket here has a nice large hook and loop field to allow you to add other organizers or anything that would potentially stick on to the Velcro. Nice big open pocket. Overall, nice big pocket in the main compartment. And then on this part of the back of the bag, you have two slip pockets with no enclosures, but it does allow you to put a decent size object in there. And one of my complaints with this bag is just how floppy the top is. It's very hard to keep this open. You can't open it all the way. It's not a clamshell design. Even if I get this zipper open just a little bit more, it still doesn't do me too much good in the way of really keeping the bag open and accessible. So that is one thing that was very difficult when I used this regularly. It was kind of the downfall of the bag, but that does give you anyway a look at the inside of the Sitka. Quite different on the Vanquest. When you open it up, you'll notice that I have this totally separated out with these internal dividers. Now that helps hold the bag open, and especially when you have your your gear or pouches. I use this for an SLR camera, and I will show that at a later date. But very, very different from the Sitka. Obviously the high vis makes a nice impression when you open it up. And even if you weren't using those dividers, you have a good amount of hook and loop on both sides of the bag to allow you to add additional pouches or pockets that do have hook and loop fields on them. You end up with a pocket that has a Velcro enclosure to keep it shut. It's pretty thin and low in profile, so you can't put large objects, but it's perfect for little small things. And then also inside this bag underneath, you have a laptop or tablet sleeve. Nice and padded, nice and thin, keeps it separate from all the other gear. Apart from the pocket on the top flap, you'll see that the inside does have a host of pockets going across that have a Velcro enclosure to keep them shut. They're a good sized pocket. I can pretty much get my whole hand in there up to the middle of my wrist, and same with this side. So that would be really nice for some of the pouch style organizers, or something that you want to slide in there that is of a really pretty decent size. Both the Sitka and the Javelin have exterior pockets capable of handling a concealed carry weapon. I do not use a concealed carry weapon. I don't have a gun, so it's not really for me. I found that this pocket really gets underutilized and will probably be the same situation for the Javelin. Now, I haven't carried the Javelin for very long, and I just kind of started using it, so we'll see if that comes into play. But at this point, I pretty much don't think I'll be using that for too much more than maybe flat papers or potentially a tablet. Both bags have ample padding on the back. Neither one's better than the other. They're just a little bit different in design, but both are adequate, plenty comfortable, and durable for sure. There is a variation in the two brands between their buckle design. Maxpedition uses a plain Duraflex buckle, whereas Vanquest uses this 3-button design. Now, one of the things that I do like is that they engrave their logo into the buckle. I mean, it's just a little bit of a detail that's kind of nice, but at the same time, I'll tell you, I really don't like the 3rd button. So I have to give it to Maxpedition, keeping the traditional buckle design. It's just cumbersome to have to push in that 3rd button. So, you know, you literally can't just unclick your buckle. You have to futz around with an additional hand to push that off, whereas if I wanted to undo the buckle on my Maxpedition, there you go, you're done. So I don't know, it's subtle detail, but you know, I actually use these buckles quite regularly to take the bag on and off, so I don't have to sling it over my head. A lot of times I'll go straight to this and split the strap in half to put it on, and it's just a pain in the neck to have to push that 3rd button in. There's just some little details about the Javelin that I like that put it a little bit ahead of the Sitka, and that's simply because, you know, you do have some additional straps, or I should say handles, that allow you to pick up the bag. So, you know, here's a handle, here's a handle, here's a handle. I mean, they stuff handles all over these things, which is kind of nice, so it gives you options when you need to pick up your bag. You know, you just have different options where you can pick up a reinforced area. You know it's going to be sturdy, you know it's going to be durable, and you're not going to create any stress on the rest of the fabric. Both bags have ample straps. I have to say that the straps on the Vanquest are a little bit nicer than on the Maxpedition. They just have a little bit more width to them and a little more contour, and they fit my body a little bit better. But at the same time, I did carry the Sitka for a long time, and it was mighty comfortable too. So either way, I don't think you can go wrong. I think both of them are adequate designs. They fit your body in a nice contoured way, and I think it's a minor detail between the two, but something that I just wanted to note. So there you have it, just a real quick and dirty comparison of the Maxpedition Sitka and the Vanquest Javelin 2.0. You know, both bags are definitely great. For me, they have completely different uses and different intended uses. So, you know, if you had to pick one or the other, you know, it'd be really hard for me to give you a good recommendation. I think you really need to think about what you're going to use these bags for and what type of gear that would go into them. If you needed one that was a little more versatile and could do a wider range of things, or, you know, if you wanted to use it for a camera bag or something with that, like, you know, with that kind of use, I would have to say go with the Javelin. But either way, both great bags, both great companies, very durable, nice materials, excellent design. Each one has a little bit of a benefit over the other one for different reasons, so it's really hard to say. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was useful and it gave you some information to help you compare these two bags. As always, I appreciate your support. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you soon. Take care.